Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Back to work for those of you who get to. I hope it's a good one. Hope it goes quickly and that the weekend comes fast. I'm not sure how long we're going to go tonight, guys. Monkey should be in bed right now. I forgot. I should have done this show. I've been trying to play a video game with Stunlock. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I got time. I can do Monkey in the Morning around 2, so we can play. And I really should have done Monkey in the Morning at around 11 and took my ass to bed because they're coming to put in the heater tomorrow. And, to start putting in the heater tomorrow. Which led to a problem we didn't realize we had. It's like, oh my God, it's supposed to be 40 degrees. We need space heaters. Oops. So we had to run and get some of those today. For 2 days. Well, for a day, actually. Hey, Vanilla Bear, how you doing, sweetheart? Anyway, wasn't online much again today, but it was enough to piss me off. It was enough to make me upset about things going on in our world. Mostly stupid shit. Like, I was just watching a video somebody sent me, and they asked me for my opinion, so here it is. It was a video about the polls and how the polls don't make sense. And I had to laugh because one of the reasons he said the poll doesn't make sense is because Donald Trump's ratings have been at 88% with Republicans. It's been with 88. How do you trust that poll, but not the others? Tall person, thank you. Happy Rainforest Day, everybody. Yes, happy Rainforest Day. It's where we get the oxygen and malaria from. Guys, I don't know what's going on with the polls. I really don't. I don't know what's going on with the presidential race. Really don't. It is a weird year. It is a really weird year. I've never seen the press so against a candidate in my life. It's kind of weird to watch. Usually, I mean, there might be a little bit of a bias that you can tell, you know. They're obviously leaning this way or they're leaning that way. They are so rabidly anti-Trump right now. I'm not really sure how that's being read by people who don't follow this the way that I do, the way that you guys are forced to when you listen to me. I don't know how much they pay attention to the fact that, good people on both sides is a fucking lie, that they keep telling that fucking lie, that COVID's a hoax is a fucking lie. The regular folks aren't getting that. The people who just get their information just from CNN, just from MSNBC or ABC or CBS, they're not getting that context, of the people telling them that being a bunch of fucking liars. So you have this big swath of people that I'm not sure what they're thinking. I have no idea at all. Usually you can get some kind of context, but the way the media has been so rabidly anti-Trump is, Trump has a huge internet presence. He does. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about too. It's not as big as it was in 16. And it's not as motivated as it was in 16. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out. This is a weird one, guys. And my gut tells me right now, Biden wins. But for the record, I was fairly certain Hillary was going to win too. I thought Donald Trump might come close in the popular vote, but that he would lose the election overall. Because it never occurred to me that Trump could win Michigan. Could not fathom Hillary Clinton losing fucking Michigan. How do you do that as a Democrat these days? They call it the blue wall, from Pennsylvania straight over to Wisconsin. And Donald Trump was just like, let's paint that bitch red. So I don't know. I don't know what's what's going to happen. And what's that social justice one? It's a shoe-in for Biden. Social justice, yeah, it has one. It has one. Most of the people who used to fight against it have decided that they want to be part of it because they don't want to be ostracized for calling morons morons. Can't tell you how many people I've seen. It takes no effort to use somebody's preferred pronouns. It takes no effort not to get fucking pissed off because I use your wrong fucking pronoun, you overly sensitive piece of shit. Why is your sensitivity my fucking problem? Why is that my fucking problem? But it's what we do now, right? Don't offend anybody. You know, of most classes. Depends on who they are, because sometimes it's okay to offend. It's okay to call people Nazi still, and racist, even if they're not. It's perfectly okay to talk about how shit men are, how there's no good men out there. Have you ever seen that where it's like, there's no good men? And then the next tweet you'll see from that same person, look, I understand not all men are horrible, but I was just saying. But you said no good men. And they act like we're the problem when they say that stupid shit. The pronoun people won, guys. And it's because most of the people fighting against it stopped fighting because they were afraid. They're a bunch of giant pussies who didn't want to get in trouble. They didn't want babies to get mad at them. It's a baby. That should be a toy, shouldn't it? A doll for children. It's like, well, is it a little boy or a little girl? It's a baby. It can burst out of a rainbow-colored egg with two mommies or two daddies. It's your choice. Babies. But don't worry, the moms and dads are non-binary, so you can make them whatever you want them to be. I think it's so sad. So sad. I had this thought last night. I read something on Twitter, and it was from somebody who used to be deep into the whole Kekistani thing. You guys remember that shit? 4 years ago when they were all out there, Kekistan, ha ha ha. You guys remember that shit? People getting IDs made and buying flags and shit like that. Well, it's from one of those guys who has, gone the polar opposite. Now, I will tell you, because I know some of you guys are gonna guess, it's not who you think it is. It's somebody I don't actually talk to very much. I just didn't realize I was still following him. And I just had this thought, like, wow, these people are so adamant that they're right this time. So adamant. As they were in 2016. In 2016, they just knew it. No, Stunlock, it wasn't him. They knew how right they were when they were all in their little collective. And then the collective started to fall apart. So they all went to their new collective. And it just makes me wonder how many of these same people in another 4 years, will be unrecognizable from where they are today. You know what I mean? I know, Stunlock, I was just making sure people understood that that's who I was saying it wasn't, because it wasn't him. And that's where most people would go. I wonder how many of them will pull a complete 180 again. How do you expect me to listen to you when you're telling me everything you used to say, everything you used to do was wrong? And it's only 4 years ago. And most of these people, we're not talking about people who were like 18 and had a change of heart. That's to be expected, you know? You get a little more life experience. Your brain is still developing. We're talking about people late 20s, early 30s, as into their 40s and shit. They've had this complete 180 of what they believe. And it's weird to watch. It's weird to watch. It happens. It does happen. But this is kind of like a sociology experiment watching it, because you rarely get to see that many people of one group just go, whoop. You know what I mean? And I'm not, again, I don't care if you vote for Donald Trump. Do not care. I'm just telling you, don't fucking vote for Joe Biden. These people will tell you have to vote for Joe Biden because otherwise what they call him today? What was it Joe Biden called Republicans today? I forgot. Let me pull that up, because it was one of the greatest posts I've seen in a long time. Where the hell is it? Nope, not that one. This one. Joe Biden tweeted out, "We are in the battle for the soul of the nation. The forces of evil, the forces of division, the forces of yesterday are pulling us apart, holding us down, and holding us back. We must free ourselves of all of them. The forces of darkness." The forces of fucking darkness. Remember, guys, Republicans use fear. The forces of fucking darkness, this motherfucker said. I laughed my ass off when I read that. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. That's the line you're going with? But it's the line so many are going with because it's been beat into their head. You better say the right things, guys. You better say the right things, or you're part of that darkness. You're part of that darkness, and they will get you. They will come and they will find you and they will end you. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man?
Oh, not too bad. I heard you talk about the forces of darkness, figured you were summoning me, and here I
am. Yeah, that's about how it went. How you been, my friend?
It's been a long day.
I told the people earlier, this might only go about an hour and a half, man. I have to get up early. I actually shouldn't be doing this show at all. My ass should be asleep right now. I've slept a lot the last day, you guys, because we get home from the trip and I went to sleep. I woke up, according to Twitter, I was up around 11-ish, and I stayed up till about 4. And then I went and slept on the couch. And Lady Monkey woke me up, and I immediately got up and came down and slept in my bed. And then we went to Walmart, and I came home and I took a nap on the couch. I've been sleeping a lot. My body is like, dude, we need to rest. And I'll rest tomorrow, but it's going to be a waking rest as I have to answer any questions and stuff. I get my new heater. They're putting it in tomorrow and Tuesday, Jack. I'm so happy.
Nice. Well, it's finally getting done and just in time for winter.
Yeah, it's going to be cold tomorrow, so we had to go get little space heaters because I don't want to freeze my nipples off. Monkey can't deal with cold, guys. I have a space heater, but the rest of the house, we didn't have any, so I had to get some. Yeah, this fucking thing came in $2,000 over what I originally thought it was going to be.
Oof.
Because the first estimate came in $1,000 more than I thought, and then this one came in $1,000 over that. I'm like, okay, I'll just stream all the time. Speaking of which, this is a good time to remind people, ladies and gentlemen, we are brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you're hearing, hit that like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to throw shekels at the Jack over there because he's a wonderful person and he likes it.
I like it because I'm poor and I'm running out of food.
Running out of food is a horrible thing.
It is.
Throw him some Bernie Sanders kind of money, you guys. By the way, Jack, if you just write a book, you'll be a millionaire. That's what Bernie told us.
I have 5 books available.
But then you're a fucking $5 millionaire.
I wish. I wish. I think the last person to buy one was Becca.
People, buy Jack's books. Are they in the links? I don't know if they are.
I don't know.
We need to get them down there.
We can drop
anyway
in the chat real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Shameless whore.
There's nothing wrong with being a shameless whore. You know what? Whores tend to eat.
Yeah, well, I'd like to eat.
You know who doesn't get to eat? prudes.
No, Midnight, you don't get to pick what I eat. Oh, you bought one a few weeks ago? Thanks, Midnight.
Yeah, it's not that kind of a stream.
Oh, so Midnight was the last person to buy one of my books then.
We really do appreciate all support, guys. Masks, books, books. You have those cups and shirts and direct donations. You guys are amazing, and we really, really do appreciate it. Anyway, so Jack, I was talking about the people who have changed. The people who have changed. Richard says, monkey heaters are expensive. Try a new well for price. My new heater is more expensive than it would have been when they wanted to put in a new well here. Luckily, they were able to dislodge the one pipe they thought they weren't going to be able to do. And this is actually more expensive than that. That was a few years ago, but still. Jack, I noticed that a lot of the people who were desperately heavy into the whole Kekistani thing, the kind of people who would tell you the alt-right wasn't really racist. You remember those people?
Oh, yeah.
Those same people today tell me Donald Trump is the most evil thing on the planet. In 4 years, their opinion has gone 180 degrees and like complete about face.
Well, let's be fair. Some of them are just chasing the money.
You know, for some of them, I think that's probably true.
Others are just trend hoppers.
And, you know, that's what I thought about, because I'm not sure how many of them believed what they said anyway. And I'm not sure how many of them believe what they say now.
Well, that's just it. Somebody that changes their position so abruptly, as some of these guys did. It's really hard to take them seriously with anything they say now, because their opinion is so completely antithetical to what it was previously.
People are trying to guess who I was talking about. It was not Sofane. And Check Your Logic says, was it Hunter Avalon? No. So what happened, Jack, is I saw this tweet, and it made me think of that. And it's somebody that I didn't even realize I was still following. I'll tell you in private chat. Yeah, he gets private chat, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
That's the one I saw, and I was like, you know, how do I know in 4 years that these same assholes who are so ardent that they're right now, that Donald Trump is the most evil thing, that they're not going to be right back where they were because that becomes more popular.
Yeah, I think that could be used for a lot of people. It's not just the person you're specifically referring to.
Go ahead.
Oh, I would attribute it to quite a few that I used to follow, and then slowly just sort of like, yeah, it's you're not really believing this, and I wonder if you ever did.
I never got into the Kekistani thing. It just seems silly to me, and I didn't care. I didn't hate it or anything.
It's something that if one or two people had done it and like really embraced it and made it into like a theme, it probably could have worked. But when everybody was doing it and they're all doing different things with it, it looked kind of dumb.
It wasn't for me. I don't want to say I'm not into groups and stuff, Jack, because I like when I agree with people, you know. That's fine. I have some fun with things. But like with Clown World, I still have trouble accepting that, even though I see it all around me.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where you're not much of a trend hopper. And these things are funny for a time, but they tend to run their course, and they probably will cycle back around. Like I said, if somebody had taken the Kekistan thing and done like a book series on it or a graphic novel or something, they could have probably sustained it for a while longer. But when everybody's doing it, it waters it down.
I just wonder how many of these. I want to jump in time 4 years and see where they are.
That ought to be some new thing. Some of them might be like Antifa by then. Who knows?
Here's the thing: if Donald Trump wins, I think a lot of them will stay where they are because that'll be the popular thing to still bash on him. If Biden's elected, I think that it'll suddenly be a switch back, and not because of any convictions, but because that'll become the easy thing to do.
Yeah, well, it's where the money's at. It's the trend, and you're latching on to counterculture.
In a way, sure, but it's also easier.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bashing Trump is easy. He makes it pretty easy for you because he says stupid shit from time to time. He tweets really stupid shit from time to time.
Dude's fucking hilarious.
The press has told so many lies that they get away with repeating them because you can't catch them all. But if Biden wins, I think Biden winning could be a good thing in the short term. Hear me out, guys, because people will suddenly start going after the press for not being as hard on him as they were on Trump. Now, not everybody, of course, but trend hoppers on YouTube will. I think trend hoppers on YouTube will, because that'll be easy fucking content to make. The easiest. Finding the press lying, Jack? That's easy as fuck, man.
Yeah, well, it depends. Questioning the media will probably get cracked down on too.
Well, we'll see.
The mainstream media is going to be the ones on YouTube. I think a lot of if Biden wins, it's going to embolden a lot of the tech giants, and we're going to see more censorship online.
I wonder what's going to happen if Biden wins and he takes the Obama approach to the press. Obama was not good to the press. He used them very well, but he wasn't good to them.
Yeah, well, they were useful idiots to him. Real quick, thank you, Lou Skunked. Loose. I see what you did there. Loose cunt. Thank you for the donation. Glassed a guy and stole his wallet. Cheap prick didn't even have enough money to pay for a beer, so you can have it all. Well, thank you.
Damn.
Lose cunt.
You need to find better guys to do that to. Anyway, Snub says you have too high hopes, Monkey. They won't turn on their golden cows for years. Here's the thing. This goes to what I'm talking about with their motives. I think you're right, Jack. I think it's mostly money related. Not all. Hashtag not all. Because some of them, all they do is occasionally will throw something on Twitter. They don't even make videos or anything anymore. But for a lot of them who still do, you got to go for the easy content. What are you going to do? Make videos about complex negotiations within the Senate? No. They'll go for the easy stuff, just like they did in the Kekistani years.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be a major culture change, because I think that ship has sailed, Jack.
Yeah.
I think that's going to take something a little bit different. That's going to take some pop culture thing, a new Lenny Bruce kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, well, it'll be people that are outspoken despite their low social credit scores.
Evolved said, didn't Obama jail a reporter that did some negative story about them? I can't remember if they actually jailed somebody. We do know they were spying on some reporter's computer.
Yeah, they did that to James Rosen and Cheryl Atkinson.
Mm-hmm.
They named James Rosen as an unnamed co-conspirator and something.
And so good luck with that Biden press, you fucking shitheads. God, they're more. And this is what got me started on this tonight, Jack, is I don't know where this election is. It is impossible for me to, give a here or there on it, because I've never seen a press this against a candidate before.
I know. It's so corrupt. You can't trust the polls. You can't trust the media. The only thing you could do is go out and vote for your candidate.
Yeah.
Preferably not Biden. Look, I don't know what.
Time out. Not preferably not. Do not vote for Joe Biden. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, I think they're setting the stage to rig the election. That I firmly am starting to believe that Like, I'm getting more entrenched in that. They're going to have some mystery mail-in ballots show up by the van load. So if you really care, go out and vote for your candidate.
Not Biden.
Yeah, go out and vote for Trump or other. It's just not Biden. Look, I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but
I will. Don't vote for Joe Biden.
But I'm not going to not tell you how to vote either.
You know how oftentimes before the show something comes to me and we end up talking about it? I was thinking about this, Jack. I made a joke one time. Me and Lady Monkey, we were in Wendy's. We'd gotten lunch. This was a couple of years ago. And I have my phone out and I was checking Twitter, and Lady Monkey goes, "Put that thing away." And jokingly I said to her, "Baby, I got to stay up on things. I'm an influencer." And this girl at another table, she maybe 12, 14, somewhere around there, her head immediately snaps and she looks at me. I'm like, "You've never heard of me." You've never heard of me. But I was thinking about that as I was rolling my candles for tonight's show. And Jack, you and I are influencers. You know that?
That should terrify everybody. Real quick, thank you, tall person. Happy International Gin and Tonic Day. Right back at you, buddy.
Back at you. Yeah, that's good luck, everybody, with that one.
Yeah, get wasted now while you can.
We have the power with our voices, Jack, to influence how people think. Now, I don't want to influence how people or what they think. I'm okay with how they think, because I think a lot of people don't think properly. They don't use logic, you know? Logic, I love logic because it makes sense. It's actually what it fucking means.
I don't know. I kind of like magic. So I'm not opposed to the shamans summoning lightning on their enemies as long as I'm not their enemy.
Yeah, you just got to stay on their good side. Yeah, it was one of those moments where it's like, ooh, we have about 1,000 people who listen to the show every day, Jack, and we have the power to influence them.
I don't think we influence anybody. We just dance like those little monkeys that have the hats that you put coins in.
Well, we'll see, because we've told you guys, do not vote for Joe Biden. And on the day after the election, I'll do a poll to see how many of you jackasses didn't listen. Do not vote for that shitbag. He is a shitbag. Anything you think about Donald Trump, Joe Biden has done, and worse. Joe Biden, mostly what the media is complaining about with Donald Trump is that he's only got 4 years of experience doing what Biden has been doing for 50. Think about that. They're complaining that Donald Trump has been doing this for 4 years and he's doing it all kinds of wrong. The only thing Biden has not done that Trump did is tweet and make peace, because he's never managed that either. They're complaining, oh, he lies. Joe Biden has been lying since he first ran for fucking office. This man came out and told you guys he's a fucking prostitute. His words, not mine. He's a fucking prostitute, Jack. Sold his soul for his seat. So he told us that he basically told us he sold his seat.
Yeah,
well, he's fine.
He's not real sharp, and he's easily manipulated with piles of money. So we could expect a lot of problems and corruption. I think it would be even more corrupt if he was president, for even as short a period as it'll likely be.
But my point being that they're mad that Trump is a shorter serving Biden. If you take them at their word, if you believe they're actually mad about what they say they're mad about. Well, Trump's a racist. Really? You want to go that one with Biden? I got clips, man.
Yeah.
What else? He's enriched himself. Yeah. What else? What else has he done? His nepotism. Do we need to talk about crack whore?
Right.
What else?
Well, he got that foreign guy fired, the prosecutor over in Ukraine.
Yeah. Quid pro quo?
I believe it's pronounced quid pro Joe.
Quid pro Joe, indeed. The press is mad that Donald Trump might be what Joe Biden actually is. That there's 47 years, more than half of his fucking life spent in politics doing everything that they accused Trump of.
Yeah, but it's okay when they do it. That's the problem. And
well, they're not even talking about when he's done it. That's the real problem.
Yeah.
They're not even excusing it. They're just pretending it never happened. Because they don't have a different candidate to take him out over. I really do wonder, Jack, if Kamala had stayed in the race, if they would have used all the stuff against Biden that they had. Because they didn't want Bernie. We all know they didn't want Bernie. We saw they didn't want Bernie.
Right?
Twice.
Real quick. Thank you, Jordan250, for the donation. Don't sell yourself short. You influenced me to sell bootleg animal organs to a local children's hospital for jack money. Well, thank you, Jordan. I'm glad we have some influence somewhere, I guess.
Good time to remind you, we're brought to you by you. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and if you can, help us pay for food and heaters. We need heat. It's coming up to that time of year, guys.
Yeah, and I'm tired of ramen noodles.
I haven't had ramen in a little bit. I need to have
dude, that's all that's left in the cupboard is a can of tuna and like 3 packs of ramen noodles. I started out with like 2 cases of ramen noodles, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm broke.
Get Jack some food, yo. Anyway, no, I've when I told this to my son today, I've been eating a lot of hot dogs because if I don't have the energy to make ramen, and yes, guys, I know that sounds horrible, but still, my go-to is hot dogs. They're really easy to make. So I've been eating a lot of hot dogs lately.
Gross.
You get 8 of them for 98 cents, man.
Yeah, you get a punch in the nuts for free if you talk to the right person. It doesn't mean you should do it.
Look, man, I gotta eat. I need food. I'm making food now. If you want some, come get it. It's a horrible thing to say to a cripple and a poor guy. Well, 2 poor guys, 1 who's crippled. Faithless said, "I'd rather starve." Not me. I like to live. I do wonder what would happen if Hillary 2.0 hadn't spent $40 million before she ever got to the starting gate. Because she seemed like the one they really wanted. She seemed like the one they were pushing for. There was a little time when it was like they wanted to push Warren, but she has a little bit too much baggage in her TP.
Well, I think they would have liked a Harris Warren ticket.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. 2 boobs on the ticket. That'd be great.
Yeah. I think that's what they were really shooting for. Because then you have the best of both worlds. You have the Hillary 2.0 and you have Bernie Sanders light.
Yeah.
And they're both easily malleable and open to a lot of very progressive ideas.
Plus, then you'd have 2 kinds of Indians on the ticket. That's
true. They could call it Dot and Feather 2020.
Yeah, Dot Feather 2020. That would have been awesome. These fucking people. They have not vetted Joe at all. They did it in past elections, but this time they're just like, oh, don't pay attention to anything he's did. And this is what I'm telling you guys with the polls and everything. Regular people are not digging into this like we are. Regular people are not seeing the videos of Joe lying about his college record or the video of Joe talking about how he prostituted himself. They're not seeing any of that stuff. They're just getting Joe, the leader, who's talking about how he's going to take care of COVID, which is funny because they asked him, every time they've asked him, Joe, what would you have done different than Trump? His answer is the same. I wasn't the president. Like, no, yeah, we know that, dumbass. What we're asking you is what would you have done different? I wasn't the president. Like, oh, fuck you. Are you having a moment or are you just a lying shitbag? because it's probably both.
Well, if he told you, then it would be one of those things where it'd be the headline all next day. And
It'd become the issue. Yeah.
Holy shit! Thank you, Midnight, for the donation. Get some pizza rolls, you tubby bitch. I will. Thank you.
They wouldn't care about what he did or said. Who? Did I miss one?
They don't care about. I think you're saying they don't care about what Joe did or said.
Well, I'm thinking if Kamala was still in there, they might have taken him down again because the press is what's knocked him out every time. Again, it's not that he's lost the primaries too many times. It's that they told America what he was. But America has a really short memory, especially when it comes to losers. What is this, Joe's third time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other two times they knocked him out because he's a lying shitbag. He's a lying shitbag. And when this third debate comes up, well, I guess second, right? Because the second one got canceled. So technically the second debate coming up, he needs to be pressed on some things.
I still think he's going to back out, find an excuse not to do it.
Well, he might. He might still come in with the Donald Trump had COVID bullshit,
Yeah, or the fact that what's her name, Harris, somebody in her camp got tested for the COVID and has it.
Wouldn't it be great if Joe got the COVID and Donald Trump's like, fuck it, I'll still debate him live?
He probably would.
Bring him in a bed. I don't care.
Yeah, he'd be like, come on, man. Here's the deal.
Come on, man.
I think he's going to back out because he doesn't want anybody that potentially could vote for him hearing about the Hunter scandal because so little press has covered it.
And most of the press that has covered it been like, this is just lies.
Yeah, they're treating it like the actual Russia scandal that the Trump Steele dossier.
Yes.
Yeah, this whole thing's kind of ridiculous. And I don't know. You're hearing more about it because of the stupid actions of Twitter than anything else. So Streisand effect works once again.
But again, here's the thing. When it comes to what most people see, they can keep that all hidden. They can bury that story on page 180.
Yeah, but that's why he doesn't want to do it, though, because like Dangerous said, he'll have to back out or Trump will be pushing the Hunter Biden emails. And Trump was reading them the other day. I don't know if you saw that. He read something one of the emails or whatever on one of the rallies he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was funny.
Nice.
But I think Trump's got his teeth in that. And he's not going to let it go, and he shouldn't. But Joe's not giving any answers either. They're not denying that this is real. He won't give an answer on how he's going to handle the Supreme Court. He gives all these evasive non-answers.
Yeah.
So he's not actually presenting anything. And now he's on his back foot trying to deal with this Hunter thing and dodge all that shit. Why would he go on stage with that?
Because he knows he'll get away with it again. He went up there and told us flat out he's not going to answer the question about whether or not he'll pack the court. And then he had the balls to come out and say afterwards to the press, he'll answer that question after the election. He'll get away with it. He'll get away with ignoring all of it. Trump can push it all he wants to, and it's just they'll be like, no, we need to move on. We need to move on, Mr. President. And then they'll push it as Donald Trump was trying to bully Joe again. Joe was having none of it as he stayed there looking statesly. Yeah, fuck. And that's the problem, because he will get away with it. Ain't that a bitch? And that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Jack's right. Go vote for your guy. I don't care who it is. Just do not vote for that fucking asshole Joe Biden. He is a lying piece of shit with a long history of being a lying piece of shit. And people, well, Trump lies too. Yes, I know. I understand that. Compared to Joe fucking Biden. Donald Trump's out there going, I cannot lie. I chopped down the cherry tree.
Yeah, Trump's more of an exaggerator.
Yeah, he is.
So he tends to make everything grandiose. And I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me nearly as much as somebody that apparently has corruption issues.
There's a ton of these lies that the Washington Post has been tracking. There's nothing but exaggeration or jokes. Tons of them.
Yeah, totally out of context, too.
Yeah, indeed. Some of them are the people following the lies outright fucking lying.
Yeah.
2 of their entries. 2 of them are calling Donald Trump a liar for saying he never called COVID a hoax.
He did. He called the media a hoax.
He did, yes, indeed. But 2 entries in their fucking database are about that. They're fucking liars.
And can't trust the press.
But this is what the regular people see. This is what the people who don't do it for a living see.
Real quick, thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep, for the donation. I will tell you how I got this money after the election, but you don't deserve to know.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Don't you think the American people deserve to know? No, they don't deserve to know. I'm like,
that was insulting.
What? You told the American people they do not deserve to know what you think about an important topic. What the fuck?
Yeah, I couldn't believe he fucking said that.
And the media let him get away with it.
Of course they did.
The media let him get away with this shit. Yeah, it's insane. Speaking of the media, I do want to change topics a little bit. We're still going to talk about the media a bit. But I watched that listened to that Megyn Kelly clip that you had posted or retweeted.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off.
Megyn Kelly. By the way, I did watch it because it's just a picture of Megyn Kelly and she's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then it had the, you know what I like about Megyn Kelly?
Her no squares?
No, I haven't seen those. Have you?
I want to.
Okay, yeah.
Call me Megan.
As long as nobody's getting them illegally, if somebody has a legal picture of her naked, I wouldn't say no. No. And you can see it in that picture, Jack. Her nose is fucked up. She got a fucked up nose.
She's got a nose too?
Yeah, in that picture, I mean, it's kind of hard not to see it because you can't see anything else. Let me see. We'll put it up on the screen so people can see what I'm talking about here. I got to go to your page because I didn't retweet it. There we go. No.
Monster.
I know, right? You can't see it real well here because it's in black and white. And I'm not going to play the clip itself. So don't, if you're like, we can't hear it, you're not supposed to. She's got a little bit of her nose kind of boinks out a little bit right there. And it's a little bit crooked right over on the other side.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't bother me.
She hasn't got it fixed. It's one of those things we've talked about so many times. Like, ladies, you don't have to be Hollywood perfect. It's a little quirk about her that works. It makes her gorgeous. Leave that shit alone. Stop fucking with it. Women, listen for one fucking second. Listen to me. Stop worrying so much about how you look. We'll do you anyway. I promise. You will find somebody. You can be the nastiest, fattest, ugliest whore, and somebody will put their dick in you. Relax. I think I got off topic, Jack.
What? On this show? Never. That has never happened, good sir. You know why? Because this is all scripted.
All scripted, the whole thing from start to finish.
This is a satire show full of comedy and jokes and whatnots.
Indeed.
Not a bully stream. Look, she looks cute. I don't mind a couple minor flaws. It's not like she has a stump growing out of her head or something weird.
Right. Well, it's like Anna Kasparian's original nose.
Yeah.
It was better than that fucking thing she has on there now. But the one she has on now is like perfect. It's so perfect.
Yeah, but it makes her look like any other bitter, aging, middle-aged woman.
Until she pulls her hair all the way back, and then it makes her look like Olive Oil had a crack episode.
Yeah, I was thinking of Possum, but that works too.
I went Popeye for some reason.
That's okay. That's an obscure one that we had to dust off at some point, I'm sure.
She does a show every night with Bluto anyway. Megyn Kelly is doing an interview here with Mark Cuban. He owns the Dallas Mavericks, NBA team, guys. And Megyn's asking him about his business in China and why the NBA is taking a shit ton of money from China with what's going on with the Uyghurs. And by the way, she only brings up the Uyghurs. She doesn't bring up all of the other atrocities committed in China every fucking day against their own fucking people. And Mark Cuban, his answer is that he is doing something about it. He is doing something about it. He's trying to increase the number of refugees the Americans will take. Like, that doesn't solve the problem, shithead.
It has fuck all to do with what she asked him to.
It wouldn't solve the problem. All they would do is start mistreating other people. And it's not like they're going to go, oh, the U.S. is going to take a whole bunch of people. Let's let the Uyghurs out of these camps so they can go. That's not how it works. Thank you, Mighty Balzac. Monkey, you yam what you am. I am indeed. I am what I am. His response is fucking pathetic.
Oh,
absolutely
so pathetic.
I'm going to throw the link into chat. Whoops, I just screwed that all up.
Yeah, he even said they are, and I'm quoting here, they are a customer of ours. And
yes.
He goes on to say, and I'm okay with doing business with China. After she asked him to explicitly condemn what they're doing.
Yeah.
And this guy's just lining his pockets. Fuck him.
Which, it's funny because he dances. I'm against human rights abuses anywhere. Yeah, but can you specifically condemn China? I'm against them anywhere. Can you specifically do China? He did do it once, in fairness. One time.
Yeah, but it was such a half-assed thing buried in a big pile of nonsense and bullshit.
Yes. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage what the NBA's been doing with them. And I understand it, Jack. Unfortunately, I do, because the biggest audience in the world is China. That's why our movies are made for Chinese people. That's why we remove Chinese villains. That's why we remove black people from photos. Oh, can't have Flynn on that Star Wars poster. Might upset the Chinese.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. It's shameless pandering to a market that doesn't like us, and most of the movies flop. And yeah, they're big on the NBA right now. For how long? All these guys are selling themselves out to the commies for no good reason other than money. It's all about money. There's no principles. These people are scumbags, degenerates, and sellouts. And I'd venture to say somewhat anti-American. That's my take on it, though.
I understand us, working with third world countries like China. It's going to piss some people off. Third world countries like China to get our cheaper products so Americans have better lives. I understand that. And right now it's a sad reality of our economic system. Nobody needs the NBA.
No.
Nobody needs another Star Wars movie. That's pure profit that they're doing that shit for. So don't come in here and give me, I'm against all human rights abuses. Shut the fuck up. Was it 180 million, something like that they got from China for the NBA?
Yeah.
I forget the exact number. They mentioned it in that clip if you guys watch it, but he just such a pussy about it. Such a fucking pussy. Just come out and say you like their money, bitch. Which he kind of did by the end, finally. But at least be honest about it from the start, you little shithead. Look, I don't care what they're doing to their people. They want to buy our product. Cool.
And you know who this reminds me of, too, is Henry Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Because what Henry Ford did was built a bunch of factories for a certain German fella, or I'm sorry, Austrian. Who was running German companies and countries. And he built a bunch of factories for them, and that's how they were building their war machines. So fuck this guy. He's enabling the poor treatment of children, the enslavement of these Uyghurs, and their harvesting of organs, plus God knows what else that we haven't found out about yet. He's objectively, well, I'm sorry, no, I shouldn't say that. He appears to be supporting them and willing to look the other way on concentration camps. That's fucked up.
Well, you know what? I again, that's kind of reality these days. But the whole reason this became a question, the whole reason it became a question about China was the NBA was going over there to play, and one of the owners was like, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be supporting Hong Kong. And
right.
The majority of the NBA was like, how dare you say something bad about them? Okay, take their money. Fine. But at least be fucking honest about it. Be fucking honest. It's not that hard. Yeah, we like their money. And if you say shit like that, they're going to be mad at us. But that's not what they said. We were just asked, thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep, who says, anybody know what happened to that crazy guy at Trump Tower, or if it's still ongoing? I knew nothing about it. I just brought this up, and everything that I see, it looks like it's still ongoing. The man was hanging off the edge of the Trump Tower in Chicago, threatening to cut the rope unless he was able to speak to the U.S. president.
We don't negotiate with idiots.
Cut the rope, bitch. Who cares?
Do it. That'll show them.
Why the fuck do I care if you splat, motherfucker? You dumbass.
Don't commit suicide, guys. Just realize that is not an effective way to get attention from anyone.
No, it's not. Midnight Exile says he's still there. Okay, yeah. Memology is streaming it. He's still there. Of course he is.
Satsu brings up a good point. China's also stealing our military technology as well as all our intellectual properties, because when you go over there and do business, you have to do business with a company that is partly owned by the Chinese government, which gives them access to everything you have, all your trade secrets. And that is an incredibly dangerous move for our companies to be doing. We are handing them all our advancement, all the research and development. That is insanely stupid.
Yeah.
All for a couple of bucks. That's very short-sighted of these companies, because what's China good at? Making knockoffs.
You know, this guy in Chicago, he's actually brave. You know how easy it'd be to shoot him up there? This is Chicago, dumbass. You're going to get shot. And not by police. It's going to be a stray fucking bullet hit this dumbass.
Yeah, it won't even be the cops. It'll just be some random gang shooting.
They were aiming at a kid and missed.
Yeah. Well, it is Chicago, so.
Yeah, but back to the China thing. I'm with you on this. And again, I am torn because I understand the realities of business. But again, we're not talking about making a product. We're talking about the fucking NBA, which, by the way, Jack, brings me to another segue.
Uh-oh.
Did you see the WNBA bitch whining?
Again, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's all these bitches do is complain. Don't they have to go play b-ball or something?
This one was even greater because she was complaining about women's soccer, basically.
That's dumb. And Mr. Dax makes a good point. Those are all valid points, but have you considered, come on, man.
Come on, man. I got to find it because it's one that I didn't directly reply to. I did directly reply to. Where the fuck is that stupid thing? Because it was funny as shit. When you read it, it almost sounds like she's whining about how they deserve more money. But then you read it and you're like, oh, wow, you're being a cunt to other people. Quote, women's soccer players generally are cute little white girls, while NBA players, we are all shapes and sizes, a lot of black, gay, tall women. There's maybe an intimidation factor and people are quick to judge it and put it down, Sue Bird said.
I didn't hear her say fat.
People don't like the NBA because there's not enough cute little white chicks like there are in soccer. Here's a couple of things we need to talk about. One, women's soccer. It wasn't until I think last year or the year before that they finally actually started drawing a bigger crowd than men's soccer. And it's only because it had been pushed so hard by our media. Because our women's team can actually win. Our men's team can't. Now, if they let our men's team play our women's team, they could kick the shit out of them. But they won't allow that to happen. So It's not like women's soccer is really doing all that well either. It's just been heavily pushed. The WNBA, people aren't intimidated by the girls. Yeah, most of them are butt fucking ugly and nobody want to bang them on a dare. But that's not the problem. The problem is the W at the beginning. And I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry that you were born women and that you're not as strong and fast as we are.
Excuse me, they were assigned women.
Okay, I'm sorry you got assigned as women, because that's what it boils down to. Watching a WNBA game is like watching a fucking high school basketball game. And the only reason you watch that is if you are related to one of the players. You don't see huge crowds going out to high school basketball games. And I'm betting many of our high school boys basketball teams, varsity teams, could kick the ever-living shit out of most of the WNBA teams.
Those are boy identifying persons. But you're not wrong. I mean, look at like that high school team that beat the shit out of the women's soccer team.
Yeah. 15-year-olds. 15-year-olds.
15-year-old boys crushed them in a straight-up brawl of might. It was sad and hilarious at the same time. Mostly hilarious.
Nobody wants to watch it because, and I'm sorry, listen to me for fuck's sake. When we go to watch sports, we are watching competition. We want to see either our favorite team or the best of the best. We're not there to watch somebody who couldn't carry LeBron James' jockstrap if they tried. I'm a big black lesbian woman. Nobody cares about that.
No.
If you could fucking dunk, we'd probably still watch.
Yeah, people want to watch a game. They don't want to listen to your nonsense bullshit politics. Nobody cares.
They're not interesting. They're not good players. You watch the WNBA and then you watch the NBA. You see why. It's like, oh, they aren't even, they couldn't even play against them if they tried. They would get crushed, absolutely crushed. We watch competition, Jack. Sports are just modern day Coliseum, man, without the death.
Yeah, lame.
We want to see the best of the best. What about women's beach volleyball? Well, there's a little bit of a difference there.
There's a reason we watched that one.
But if you look at like the lingerie football league, that didn't do all that well. So it's not just putting beautiful women in it. How many people actually watch beach volleyball though?
Mostly me and a handful of other perverts.
Yeah, it's
awesome people.
Perverts during the Olympics, basically. I mean, I used to watch it, but not very often. I watch the guys too, and I prefer to watch them because they're better players. Women's beach volleyball is erotic.
It is.
Kind of is.
It's sandy, gets in all the right places. Some of them are really hot, you know.
And they wear the kind of thing you want women that look like that to be wearing.
Yeah.
Frank, thank you. Can they not dunk? I think right now in the league, there's maybe 2, maybe 3 girls that can dunk. Yeah. It was a big story the first time one of them dunked. That shouldn't be a thing in pro basketball. It just shouldn't be. Oh my God, one of them finally made it all the way to the rim. The 6-foot lesbian finally was able to jump high enough. The rim is what, 10 feet off the ground?
I don't fucking know.
Is it 9 or 10 feet, guys? I forget. I know my 6'5" friend could just reach up and grab it. He couldn't play basketball worth of shit though. Fucker couldn't even run. But yeah, that's as tall as it is. You should be able, if you're going to play basketball professionally, some of y'all got to be able to do that shit. Don't worry, guys. They'll be able to do it soon. They've started taking vitamins.
Yeah.
Take them vitamins to get their calves a little bit stronger.
Well, they just need to recruit some of these college athletes that now identify as women that could make the pro teams.
It would make them a little bit better, at least. I would fucking love to pick any of the girls' teams, any of the WNBA, and have them play an actual game against the Lakers. And the Lakers actually play, not give it up to them. Just play for real.
Well, I'd be fine if they want to eliminate all the female teams and just merge them with the men's teams. Fine. Make them do it. See how it works out. They'll be begging to go back in a year.
Well, that's the thing. None of them want to go play. They don't want to play against the men because they know they'd fucking lose.
They just want the money.
They want the money, and they want people to be forced to watch it. That's the part that really bothers me here, Jack, is they're not even whining about the money here. They're whining that people won't watch. Well, you suck. Nobody wants to see that shit. Expo Hotep, thank you. It would be hilarious to see the best WNBA team versus the worst NBA team just to a basketball game that is 100 plus to 0. Yeah. It wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't. And I'm sorry, women, I'm not bashing women. I'm not. It's just biology. It's just biology.
I have a very cunning plan that I think would work. We get rid of most of the WNBA, knock it down to 6 teams. I don't know how many they really have because I don't care. Then you make one team called the Women's Globetrotters, and they just travel around playing against the other teams.
That could be interesting, but I don't think they could learn to do all the tricks.
Yeah, that's all I thought through, though. I didn't really think that they could do the tricks. I didn't put that in. I just kind of came up with the idea that way they'd shut up.
There's just not. They're not as strong. They're not as fast. It's just science. It's not.
Yeah.
Nobody's being mean here.
I've said it before. Biology is the science of hate facts. They can't accept that they're not as good, but they want all the money and accolades that the men are getting.
Yeah.
And they refuse to accept it's because they're not as good. I don't know what to tell you. You if you don't have the talent, you can't do the same as the other people. It's just it's evolutionary biology. Were we throwing that out now too? Because the men were the hunters and they went out and killed animals, and that's why we have so much more muscle tone than women.
Dude, I was very athletic in my teen years. Very. I could play basketball very well. And if I had to play against an NBA player, I would have looked like they let the retard play. Those guys have talent that is just unbelievable. And they're lightning quick. I don't care how quick you think you are. The world is not white men can't jump where you get to play against the best and you beat the shit out of them. That's not how it works. In the real world, your punk ass gets punked. And that's guys. That's guys in shape who play, every day with their friends. Women, you don't have a chance, and I'm sorry about that. If you want people to watch the WNBA, here's what you do. Take all the women out. Expand the NBA. And just put those teams in there. With no women on them. There you go. Then the teams will be watched. That's it. That's how you do it. When you think about it, an NBA team has what? 15 guys on it? Something like that? 12, 15? I forget the number.
Something like that.
And you got what? 30 teams? I don't even know how many numbers there are. But let's say total, and we'll go big. Let's say total 600 people. That is the 600 best basketball players in the entire country and likely in the entire world. If you've ever watched us kick the absolute shit out of teams in the Olympics. The absolute best out of 6, almost 7 billion people.
Real fast. Thank you, James Kelly, for the donation. Which made the boys' soccer team victory even better? You realize how hard it is to kick a ball with a hard-on? Did you see LeBron's son say his father's not even close to Jordan? That's fucking funny.
I would agree with that. LeBron's a good player, but Jordan was amazing. That man was a god among men.
Jordan was a better all-around player and a better sportsman.
Jordan could fly.
Yeah, and LeBron is an arrogant motherfucker who's only good at certain things.
And he
I
really
don't know
likes
about sports, though.
he really likes vitamins.
He seems to, and he's kind of a douchebag, and
He
it's
is.
not about China. So
He's a big douchebag. He really is. And that's one of the things. Even now, Jordan doesn't really get political. He's like, "I'll talk basketball with you."
well, he knows it's a bad move. That's the difference between the older generation and the younger generation. They know that it's not appropriate, and you're not selling anything by alienating half the people.
Dangerous is talking about the Williams sisters when the Williams sisters in tennis, Serena and Venus. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Whatever. Those two guy-looking chicks that play tennis. They had been bragging that they could take on guys. What was it? Anyone in the top, I forget the number, but like anybody over the top 50 for men, something like that. And this one guy's like, I'll do it. And he'd been drinking and playing golf all morning. And so he slobbers his way up onto the tennis court and beat the ever-living fuck out of both of them.
Yeah,
To the point they came back and go, well, maybe this is the top. We could beat any guy in the top 600.
Yeah, wasn't that dude like really, really low ranking?
Oh, well, yeah, he was within the rank that they said. But yeah, he kicked the shit out of them and beat them so bad. And if you watch tennis at all, those two girls, especially Serena, man, her serve is ridiculous for a woman. It is ridiculously fast for a woman. And she got smoked because men can hit a ball harder than a woman can. It's just fact, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Oh, it was 206.
There you go. Because, yeah, somebody said that they had said 200, whatever it is. But, yeah, he beat the shit out of him. Sorry, ladies. It's just science. I'm not being mean here. I'm really not. I wish that you could find a way to make men want to watch the shit you do. I really do. But we're talking about competition. And when you're talking about competition, people want to see the best of the best. That's why something like Danica Patrick going into racing, that's probably a place where women will have a chance because you're just talking about driving. Now, they're horrible fucking drivers, so maybe not. But it's a place where they might because it's not muscle strength that's doing it for you, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe they have a chance there. But, oh, God, would you want to be on the track with the first female Asian driver?
Well, that's a loaded question, isn't it?
I'm just kidding, Asian ladies. You guys can all drive great.
Don't lie to the audience.
I mean, as far as you can see. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to get in trouble here. Yeah, I really loved her bitch, though. Her bitch was that the soccer team is too pretty. And that's why people watch. That's not why people watch. It was shoved down their throat. And even now, it's already started to lose its popularity. Nobody's watching that shit.
There are some attractive soccer ladies. I'll grant them that. Not as many as there needs to be.
There's a couple of them. A lot of them look like boys. That one Ripaho, whatever her name was, that looked like a straight up ugly boy. She takes off her shirt. I'm like, oh, you ain't got no titties nowhere, do you?
Yeah, she got hit by the feminism, though, because she could probably be okay looking if she didn't.
What, you don't like purple spiked hair?
No, not really. I think it's weird looking.
I'm just saying. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Women. You want men to watch something, wear a bikini. And that's sexist. No, it's not. It's fact. That is science.
When I was in college, I hung out with some of the basketball team on the women's team. They all knew they weren't the men's team.
Yeah.
They played for the love of the game. It's
Yeah.
not like what you're seeing nowadays where they have all this nonsense drilled into their heads. None of them wanted to play with the guys.
Because they'd lose.
Yeah, they knew it. They knew it. They knew the men were better. They loved watching basketball on TV, but they didn't want to play against them.
Gamer Valine, thank you. They got Danica because she was good looking. Yeah, she is. Like that chick is hot. She got a weird nose though. Not like Megyn Kelly's, which is hot. It's like, dude, cut that down. The driver for Grand Tour is pretty good. When was the women's 2 overall good looking? Is that a question? Yeah, here's a newsflash. Most sports is watched by men. Men like mostly pretty women, preferably in very little clothing.
Yeah.
James Colley, thank you so much. The trained gorilla from Ghostbusters remake is hosting Supermarket. Oh my God.
James. It took me a minute to get that one because I was thinking of the cartoon Ghostbusters where they had the ape with the laser thing. I don't know if you ever saw that version of Ghostbusters. Not the real Ghostbusters, the other one.
Yeah, I did. And James, I'm sorry. I cannot read the rest of that. I can't. That can get me kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, that's really dancing on the line there.
That's jumping right the fuck over it and going, yeehaw! Yeah, no, sorry, dude. I appreciate the donation, but I cannot read that.
I can't help
James almost got you there, Monkey. He did. It's a good thing I knew the story, because if I didn't, I would have finished that sentence and been in trouble. James, thank you. He says, I win. Fuck you. Oh, yeah. Guys, we do have to reiterate that we appreciate all donations, but there are certain things we cannot say. So
yeah,
we reserve the right to tell you to no.
Yeah, don't be offended by that. It's just the boundaries that we have to work with, because there's a lot of nonsense going on with restrictions and silencing of voices. And we kind of like being on here and talking to you guys. And it would be a real pain in the ass to try and find someplace else that'll let us be humorous.
Yeah. People who came before us ruined it, Jack.
Yeah.
I thought your message was funny. I just can't read it out loud. Anyhow, yeah, if you want men to watch, show us pretty women barely dressed. We like that. You shouldn't objectify us, Monkey. Do you want to be watched, or do you want to be, well, a jackass? Because pick one. Pick one. I'm sorry. We like pretty women. It's just life. Thank you, Hazmat. Well, guys, wish me luck with my surgery, and I really don't want to go, but it's probably the best. Good luck. I thought didn't you just have surgery?
Good luck. I'm sure everything will work out.
Yeah, me too. Angry says, we're getting a game stream after this. No, I would love to, but I really should be sleeping now. I got to be up. Lady Monkey has to work, so she can't do it. I have to be up in case they need anything, you know. I got to be here. So yeah, I won't do it tonight or tomorrow night. And I'll try to do the show tomorrow night as soon as possible. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday. We won't have a game stream on Satsu's channel. So I will probably go right into from Lords of the Night into this show and then go to bed, because Monkey's got to try to get sleep, man. I need more Monkey. I appreciate that. I really do want to do. I was talking with Stunlock, and he asked me if I was going to do a game stream. I'm like, yeah, I want to do 2. And then it hit me what fucking day it is. Oops. If I didn't have that to do, yeah, I'd probably do 2 game streams tonight. Because I haven't done one in a while, Jack, and I get a little itchy. It's not like heroin.
Isn't it?
I get a little twitchy. That's the word I meant to say, not itchy. Sorry again about the great first experience on Sea of Thieves. Man. No, Stunlock, that's not your fault. So we played this game called Sea of Thieves, and it's a pirate game, Jack.
Oh,
and it was a lot of fun. We're out there on an old time piratey ship, and you have to steer it, and you have to catch the wind with your sails, and you lower and raise the sails. You got to make sure you drop your anchor. You go onto shore and you look for shit to take and sell. It's great. It's a lot of fun. but it's also only PvP. So we're in the starter area because I'm just learning, and some jackass with a giant boat comes up and kills us repeatedly. And I'm just like, fuck this game. I still had fun. I'll still play it again, but I mean, PvP is what it is, and that's why I don't play those kind of games, because you have too many people who are jackasses.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go beat on somebody who's just learning. Oh, aren't you good at your fucking game, loser?
That's rude. Low class kind of maneuver.
James Kelly says, but honestly, does she not look like that? I'm not trying to be an ist. She doesn't even look manly like Williams, bro. I think she looks like oh, what the hell's his name? The one who said he'd pee on his hands and shake Donald Trump's hand.
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, she looks like Ron Perlman. Look and tell me she doesn't.
Or does Ron Perlman look like her?
Ron Perlman looks like a gorilla.
He's a scary man.
And a moron. That man's a fucking idiot.
He is.
But yeah, he is. That is one ugly motherfucker. He looks like a gorilla. I'm wondering what his mom was into. And yes, she looks like Ron Perlman. Anyhow, what else do we got tonight, Jack? Let's see. Was there anything you had, Jack?
I don't remember. Let me glance.
I keep forgetting to ask you, and I feel bad about it afterwards.
I don't care. We usually cover most of the stuff I want to talk about. Did you see the Skittles communion?
No.
Oh my god, this was so fucking dumb. I'm gonna drop it in the side chat here. So this yeah, I'll pee on my own hands. That'll show him. Yeah, that's kind of the mentality there. So this reverend had communion at her church, and it was one of the most powerful she could remember.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Real quick, James Colley, thank you. I'm guessing she liked carnival workers. Gamer Feline, thank you. Did you see I got my newest collector's edition for the WoW shelf? They pushed back the release and it came a week early for the original date. Oh, sweet. No, I didn't see it. I'll go to your thing and check it out. This is what Jack's talking about, you guys. I'll throw it on the screen. And Jack, you want to describe to them what they're seeing?
Oh, sure thing. This is a communion of Skittles and iced tea.
Arizona iced tea.
Arizona iced tea in memory of Saint Trayvon for the day of his crucifixion, she says.
This is beyond offensive.
Oh, it's on so many levels. So many levels.
This is a church celebrating Trayvon Martin like he was Jesus. Now, look, I'm not religious, so fuck with them all you want. But if you are religious, this is, well, blasphemy. It's literal blasphemy. Yeah,
absolutely. It went on for a little while. Like, here, I'll read you the tweets while we're looking at these god-awful images. We offered congregants Skittles and Arizona iced tea, recalling Trayvon Martin's Last Supper before his crucifixion. And then we have that image. The next tweet is, I'm glad that we could offer a moment to honor Trayvon's life, but still overwhelmed with sorrow and rage. He went out to buy Skittles and iced tea, a child's meal. When will we let black kids be kids? He was like 17 and he beat the shit out of a dude. And some of these congregants are pictured and they're all wearing hoodies. And that was, I found offensive. Number 3 was the juxtaposition of utter frivolity and harmlessness in the food Trayvon purchased, and the way he was portrayed as dangerous is too much to bear. Jesus was crucified because the Roman Empire saw his revolutionary love as a danger. 2,000 years later, we're still crucifying precious love, killing children and blaming them for their death. How long, O Lord? How long?
Havoc, thank you. Oh, would you look at the time? Time for a fucking crusade. I'm surprised you can say crusade.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Yeah. Thank you for the donation.
How fucking disgusting is that? Like, every religious person should be really offended by that.
Can we talk about one part of that that's really bothering me?
All of it?
Crucified is a specific thing. Now, I realize we use it as a metaphor for a lot of different things, but if you're talking about how he died, which she is, he was absolutely not crucified. He was shot. Crucifixion is when they nail your ass to a cross and leave you there till you die. Which, by the way, I saw a couple of Easters ago. There was a show on, I think it was the History Channel, where they actually went through what happens to your body as you're hanging there until you finally just die. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's real nasty.
The fuck was wrong with those people?
Well, it was the brutality of the time.
As one of your Christian viewers, blasphemy is excessive, but this is fucking stupid and misses the point. Oh no, it's absolute blasphemy. They are treating Trayvon Martin like he is the son of God. And not like we're all children of God. No. Like fucking Jesus. You say fucking Jesus? Like he's Jesus. That is Jesus Christ. Oh, well, that's blasphemy as well. Not for me though. Anyhow, it's disgusting.
It is. It's awful. I'm going to drop the link again in the chat in case anyone missed it. This is just propaganda at its worst. It's disgusting. The fact that she's trying to insinuate that he was killed over the items he was carrying.
Yeah.
It completely minimizes his own actions.
Yeah, it wasn't because he attacked George Zimmerman, which he absolutely did. Mm-hmm. Look, Zimmerman should have stayed in his fucking car. That's true.
Yeah.
But once Trayvon attacked him, he had every right to defend himself. Trayvon could have kept walking, which is what he should have done.
And to dismiss this as the utter frivolity and harmlessness in the food. That's what she said. That's disgusting. It wasn't about what he was eating. Nobody was like, you eat Skittles, you monster. No, nobody did that. That's not a thing. Stop trying to be disingenuous and talk about what really happened.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Stop treating these people like they're saints.
Yeah.
Look, and this is, I want to be careful here because there's several different arguments here because as far as I know, Trayvon wasn't known as a violent person or anything. He didn't have like some criminal record. But this still isn't something that he died, so he's a saint. No. That's not how it works. And then there's the other part where you have people like George Floyd, who was a horrible man all through his life.
Yeah.
But now he's Saint George. No, stop doing that. Jesus, if you believe in the scripture, died for everyone's sin. Trayvon died because he was a dumbass who attacked somebody who happened to have a gun on him. Thank you, Keldrick. If my pastor were guilty of this kind of blasphemy, the whole congregation would get up and leave. In most churches, they would kick them out as the pastor.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stunlock asked me to remind you of something, but I'd prefer you scrolled up and read it.
All right, let me see.
Sorry, Stunlock. Just in case, I'm not reading
that. Did I say that?
Apparently.
When did I say that? Holy shit!
No, but it's funny.
What? When did I say that? What was I talking about?
I don't know. You want me to read it?
No, because it says it's horribly out of context, and I can't imagine myself saying that in any other way. You said that word for word. What was I actually talking about? Said it almost 2 years ago. I like to remind you word or every so often. I don't blame you. There's a lot of things we say, Jack, that if you take them out of context, they're horrible.
Oh yeah, we say horrible shit all the time. But I'm with Caramon on that. That's a one-way ticket straight to hell, and I'm not prepared to add to my already egregious sins.
Was I talking about how somebody else treats it? Probably was. Anyway, it's a horrible take on the precious baby Jesus, and I would never do that. It's a baby. You know I don't treat babies like that. How dare you? I'm not reading that out loud. Anybody who wants to know what it is needs to read chat right now.
Just scroll back up.
Jack, you weren't here last night, so you didn't get to hear this part. People started tagging me and let me know that the videos, when they try to watch them after we're done, have a ridiculous amount of fucking ads at the beginning of them.
Really?
In the first hour, it's probably the first 45 minutes, 11 fucking ads. And you want to hear the best part?
It's not even monetized.
Yellow circle.
Wow.
These motherfuckers did that on a yellow circle video. And I went through yesterday, did it to yesterday's too. So I had to go in there and take off all the fucking ads those idiots put on. Which, by the way, yellow circle.
Wow.
Oh, fuck, I don't even remember. I just know you said it, and I laughed so goddamn hard. Well, you better have the context if you're going to bring that shit up. Jesus.
I don't know. That sounds like something you read in an article one time. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Expo Hotep, for the donation. That reminds me, if you Google image search Jesus fucking Christ, it is hilarious. I believe you.
I stand right next to you in hell, monkey, and I love baby Jesus. Look, if there's a hell, I'm on a one-way ticket, and I have a suite reserved. It's got a hot tub, Jack.
Well, yeah, it's hell. So
yeah, you should come hang out sometime. We'll have ramen and hang out in the hot tub with bad Asian ladies.
I like bad Asian ladies. Oh my God, this is degeneracy. Yeah, don't image search that. That is a horrible idea.
What were you image searching?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's a bad plan. That's another punch card down.
Well, speaking of that, I was watching. Believe it or not, it's relevant. I was watching Jimmy Carr last night.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
I love Jimmy Carr, and I hadn't watched in a while. I'm like, I'll go watch some Jimmy Carr. And there's this one. There's parts of his show, guys, where Jimmy Carr is a comedian from England. If you don't know who he is, don't watch this shit with your kids.
Oh no! Oh my God! Why would you ever do that?
He is funny, but he is ridiculously un-PC. But he does this part in his show where he sits down and he tells you about some of his thoughts that he had. And one of them is about him having sex with Jesus, and there's a slide for it. Yeah, it's a cartoon, at least. It's not like him with somebody dressed, but Jimmy Carr. I love Jimmy Carr. That man's funny as shit. Plus, his laugh is like one of the best things. That is a gift from God.
Yeah.
He laughs like a wounded seal.
Yeah, right. It's like a seal having sex.
And when he cracks himself up and he just can't stop, it is amazing.
Speaking of comedy gold, did you hear what Gavin Newsom wants to do for Thanksgiving?
Oh, God, no.
So he's apparently decided that you are allotted a 3-family limit this Thanksgiving. And you are not allowed to spend more than 2 hours and no singing.
Gavin did this?
Apparently. Hold on, I'll pull up the article here. Gavin Newsom, Governor Gavin Newsom, and his California Department of Public Health issued another, quote, new set of social distancing guidelines prohibiting gatherings that include more than 3 households at a time. The October 9th document, mandatory requirements for all gatherings, explains that all private gatherings must limit the number of attendees and are required to be held outside. Gatherings are defined
as... What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, it's smoked turkey.
Yeah, keep it short. Gatherings should be 2 hours or less. The longer the duration, the risk of transmission increases. Rules for singing, chanting, and shouting at outdoor gatherings.
Oh, God.
So buckle in. Singing, chanting, and shouting, and physical exertion significantly increases the risk of transmission because these activities increase the release of respiratory droplets and fine aerosols. Because of this, singing, chanting, and shouting are strongly discouraged. But if they occur, the following rules and recommendations apply.
Oh, God.
All people who are singing or chanting should wear a face covering at all times while singing or chanting, including anyone who is leading a song or chant, because these activities pose a high risk of transmission. People, it keeps going. People who are singing, shouting, chanting, or exercising, who does that at Thanksgiving, are strongly encouraged to maintain physical distancing beyond 6 feet to further reduce the risk. People
I
who
thought 6 feet was all we needed.
No, it's further now because they're singing. The words may go further. People who are singing or chanting are strongly encouraged to do so quietly at or below volume of a normal speaking voice. So this is how you're gonna be singing at Thanksgiving. Praise be to Jesus. That's gonna turn into creepy chanting. It'll look like a cult meeting. A bunch of people standing around in a circle with masks on, all chanting quietly. You're gonna freak your neighbors out. Instrumental music is allowed as long as the musicians maintain at least 6 foot physical distancing.
What about if they're using a trumpet?
Nope. Musicians must be from one of the 3 households. Playing of wind instruments, any instrument played by the mouth, such as trumpet or clarinet, is strictly discouraged.
Jesus Christ.
Be sure to stay away from these dreaded wind instruments. This is the author talking. As for requiring gatherings of 2 hours or less, because the longer the duration, the risk of transmission increases, this is totally arbitrary. And do riots and protests count as gatherings? Should they be limited to 3 families, 2 hours or less, and no singing or shouting?
That was the part that hit me when he said the no singing and shouting part, because every fucking one of these we've seen, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
stop to burn shit, but they yell constantly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're screaming, chanting. I'm going to drop the link in the chat if anybody wants to read it. It's obviously a right-leaning source, but I don't know about that one, Caramon. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Look, this is getting ridiculous. And they're willing to go all in and give people tickets and arrest people for this bullshit. But if you're out there burning shit to the ground, they don't care. That's perfectly fine. That's your rights as an American. But don't you go to church or synagogue, you monster.
This shit is fucking stupid.
Yep.
It's getting fucking stupid out there, guys. We should have done it the monkey way, like I told them from the beginning. Why does nobody listen to me or Jack? Jack, people should listen to us more.
I know, because we're pretty awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Lancelot, he's just pushing rules to see how far he can go. What if he did this as a fuck you to my governor?
See who can push down the civilian population further?
Just a reminder, she can't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
She got her powers taken away.
You know what? I think Lancelot's right. It's to see how far they could go before people snap. And I think you're rapidly approaching that point where people are fed up with this. They're getting way too heavy-handed. This has gone on way too long. You're not really tamping any. You're not stopping the spread. You're just slowing it.
Shit's stupid.
Yeah, it's getting absolutely out of hand.
All right, we're at the hour and a half mark, Jack, and I am tired as fuck, and I got shit to do in the morning. So we got to wrap up here. I don't want to. I love these talks that we have. I find them entertaining, and apparently the people do too. So everybody, we love you. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the donations, because I need them. The fucking boiler's expensive as shit. The boiler itself, Jack, was ridiculous. It's just something that heats up water to go through my house and needs safety valves and shit. There was $185 licensing fee from my fucking city. Like, go fuck yourselves. Anyway, Jack, is there anything you'd like to show tonight?
Yeah, I'll drop links to my latest videos. And as always, thank you so much for the donations. You guys are amazing. And I am going to eat this week, thankfully.
Thank you guys for supporting us. Don't forget, there's other ways you can do it. There's the t-shirt shops down below. Both of us have them. Jack has several channels, and I stream way too much. So find us where we are. And don't forget to tell your friends, your family, and I bet you hate about us, because that's how we grow. You know, like a baby in a womb. Me and Jack are just a baby in a womb. Thank you, James Kelly. So Ranting Monkey got turned out by a plumber. Well, no, it's not a plumber, but basically, yeah. It's a heating and repair guy. Thank you very much. Guys, tonight we're going to be on Satsu's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. I think we have a game stream after. I don't know what we're playing. We played Phasmophobia. I finally learned the name of the game, Jack.
You'll forget next week.
We played Phasmophobia, and it was me, Satsu, and Stunlock, and we let members of the audience just come in and play in the fourth slot. So it was a lot of fun, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Come back tonight for more, and I think that's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Jack, always a pleasure, my friend.
Always a good time.
Everybody else, have a wonderful night. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.